Good evening, welcome to Interesting Talks with Footprints Counselling Service. From now on, I'll be doing a talk every other week as time commitments have been pushed for me. I hope this is okay for regular listeners. Today's talk is on a topic that we can all relate to in one way or another, and it's getting over shyness. When I was 10, I was shy, and believe it took me to my early 20s for me to move away from it. And it's not an easy thing to get over, is it? So getting over shyness, many people would say their main social problem is shyness. It's a concept that encompasses a bunch of sub-issues. There are several slightly different definitions of it. It varies from person to person too. But in general, shyness can include the following: being hesitant, inhibited, or untalkative in certain social situations, coming across as a meek person, softly spoken, avoiding certain social situations, either entirely or by being in them, but not by fully participating in them, being less likely to take a social risk. This could be small actions like speaking up politely to disagree with a friend in a group setting, or something bigger like asking somebody out on a date. Having trouble with self-disclosure, on occasion being extra talkative or outgoing. This happens due to nerves or because the shy person feels they have to act this way because that's what other people expect. Then there's thinking patterns, worrying about how you come across to others or what they think of you. Feeling that everyone is judgmentally observing or evaluating how well you do socially. Feeling tongue-tied or worrying you won't know what to say, or being oversensitive to any sign of negative feedback or rejection, e.g. I made a joke, everyone sort of laughed, but only a little bit, they all hate me, I know they do. Feeling rejected would be a horrible experience that you couldn't handle at all. Seeing yourself negatively in either a particular social situation or believing you're too quiet and awkward at parties and bad at making small talk, or overall, e.g. feeling you're boring, unlikable, too weird, etc. Then there's the physical symptoms. Symptoms of anxiety such as trembling, sweating, upset stomach, or a racing heart. And there's the physical signs of anxiety or embarrassment you don't want people to notice, such as blushing, sweaty palm, or a tight constricted voice. And then we've got our emotional side of things, which is some things are embarrassment, anxiety, guilt, shame, hopelessness, regret, or even resentment. Additionally, shyness can be thought of as a temporary state. I felt shy at a party, or more global trait, I'm a shy person, period. Then there's obviously degrees of shyness. Lots of people will tell you they're shy, but they can mean different things when they say it. And here's a scale so you can have an idea of how it works. So the least shy person, people who are confident and charismatic across the board, but they feel shy in the sense that if they do something like walk into a room full of strangers, they may feel out of their element for a minute or two before they dive in and start working the crowd. People who have it together on the surface, but inwardly are self-conscious and hesitant at times. They say they may feel shy, but it doesn't have much of a practical effect on their lives. People who do fine in most social situations, but feel ill at ease in a few of them. For example, they may get really nervous and self-conscious at parties or networking events, but they're fine around good friends or their co-workers. Then people who are shy all around, though not to any extreme degree. Certain settings give them most trouble, but even day to day, they're a bit more tongue-tied and uncomfortable around others than average. They have more social insecurities as well. On the whole, their shyness doesn't get too in the way of their functioning, it's more of an inconvenience than anything else. And then you have people who act very shy in most social situations and are buried under a mountain of worries, whose lives are noticeably worse off because of it. If their shyness is so severe enough, even more in social situations, we could call it social anxiety or social phobia. Shyness is one of those conditions that has been studied enough by this point by the mental health professionals to have a fairly good handle on how to treat it. Many of them take time and effort, but they've been shown to be effective with many people. The points to follow won't go into exhaustive detail, but what they do is give you an overview of the general approaches to overcoming shyness, which is what this talk is about and what we'd like to try to achieve. Now figure out how exactly you want to change your shyness. Some people want every trace of their shyness to be eliminated. Others see their shyness more as a part of their personality and don't necessarily want to totally get rid of it. They may realise they're quite inhibited sometimes, but are comfortable with this side of themselves. They may want to be able to handle certain situations better, but have no need to change the fact that, say, they're not total social butterflies at house parties. If you're in the second camp, it can help to take time to think about what facets of your shyness you want to work on and which ones you're fine with and leave as they are. It can also be useful to realise and accept it's okay to remain shy in some areas. There is no quick magic solution to any of this. People especially tend to look for a magic bullet to solutions for problems that involve anxiety, fear or rejection and shyness. Definitely fits this bill, but it can't be done overnight. Facing these things in a proper way, i.e. head on, is hard after all. Get a handle of your insecure thoughts. We all have them. A ton of advice on shyness falls into this category. Shy people have all kinds of worries and insecurities. These fears are often exaggerated or distorted, but they can act as if they're realistic, and this prevents them from getting involved in more social situations. If they can learn how not to be swayed by these thoughts, they can become more comfortable around people. Try to increase your sense of self-worth and confidence. Some approaches are about going after counterproductive thoughts directly. Another angle is to try to boost your sense of self-confidence or self-worth. The idea is, here someone feels good about themselves, they will override any negative, insecure thinking they may have. Makes sense. A fair amount of shyness advice you'll come across falls into this category. Anytime you read something that seems like it's trying to motivate, inspire or lift you up, I'd say follow this strategy. For example, an article might tell you how unique and special you are as an individual, shyness and all. So accept that praise, accept those recommendations. Expose yourself to situations that make you shy. This is a core part of shyness recovery plan. If certain situations make you feel shy, put yourself in them until you're used to them. And then you learn how to act more effectively in them. This is a long and sometimes hard process. Facing fear is uncomfortable. So is making mistakes. Learning from them is ditto. So occasionally getting rejected and learning firsthand that you can handle it helps you to get forward, move forward. Diffuse painful social memories that feed your shyness. Someone's feeling nervous and insecure in a situation to a degree that's out of proportion of the actual risk is often because undealt with charged emotions from the past, upsetting the experiences, have hijacked their perspective. For example, They're at a party where they barely know anyone. They may not be fully aware, but it reminds them of the time in high school when they introduced themselves to new classmates and were being told they're weird and annoying. On one level, this mindset gets sucked in the past, and you feel like you're 14 years old again, and you never want to be rejected like that again. Logically, everyone in your co-worker's party is a friendly person, but you can't help feel cautious and inhibited because you're thinking of your past experiences. So if you're shy and likely to have a bunch of uncomfortable social members, they aren't as numerous or as awful as someone who has severe social anxiety. You can work with them. You can drain them emotional intensity away from them and stop them warping on how you see things as an adult. This also isn't a quick project. It takes time. But while you're working through your old baggage, you could be coming into the future with a clear head, clear conscience, that you know nothing to worry about. So improve your social skills. This is the point where we can apply to everyone. Shy people or not so shy people. Shyness and anxiety blocks them from using their skills. Why not try to do things with conversations with people that you don't know and practice until you feel confident to do this in most social situations. Things always can get better. If you keep pushing yourself, putting yourself in challenging situations where you do feel shy and you're not sure of the people around you, what's the worst thing that can happen? Most people also feel shy that you feeling shy around them. We've all got some forms of insecurity. So if someone is shy and have weaker social skills, it will probably take them longer to get over their problems. They have to work on two things at once. The way they feel about not being able to have good conversations with people, and also how they feel about being shy. But one thing I know for sure, practice makes perfect. So if you like this talk, do leave comments on whatever medium you see me on. Share with friends and family, people that you might need that are over shy, that would like to work on their shyness. Share this video with them. Leave comments, because people definitely learn from your comments, and I will definitely reply to your comments. So until next week, take care of yourself, do your best to stay positive, and practice some of these techniques if you feel that you want to work on your shyness issues. And I will see you the week after next. Bye for now.